So we're going to start with the interaction diagram. The object we're looking at is the truck. Acting on the truck is the earth, man, the rope, and the asphalt. We have the earth acting on the truck. We have the rope acting on the truck, the man acting on the rope, and the asphalt working on the truck. We have the earth creating the force of gravity, the rope creating the force applied along with the man. The force of friction is from the asphalt, as is the force of perpendicular surface force. And if we go over the force diagram, we're looking at the truck. We've got the perpendicular surface force going up, the force of gravity going down, the force applied going in the direction of motion, and the force of friction working against the force applied. Alright, so now we got to find the force applied. Since we're using the three-particle model, we're assuming that velocity is constant, which means the sum of the forces is going to equal 0. For the equations, we got sum of the forces of the x direction is equal to the force applied minus the force of friction, which would equal 0. The sum of the forces in the y direction is equal to the perpendicular surface force minus the force of gravity, which is also equal to 0. Now, we're trying to find the force applied. That we can find by finding the force of friction, since the force applied is equal to the force of friction. We'd have to find force of friction, and to do that, we'd have to find the perpendicular surface force, which is equal to the force of gravity. The force of gravity is easy to find out. The force of gravity is equal to the mass of an object times the gravitational pull. This, for the truck, would be 36,000 kilograms times 10 meters per second squared. This gives us a value of 360,000 newtons. That gives us our force of gravity, which gives us the perpendicular surface force. To find the force of friction from that, we take this perpendicular surface force and multiply it by mu, the coefficient of friction. We looked online and found that there are values of asphalt, for rubber on asphalt, which is between 0.5 and 0.8, and we decided we were going to use this value of 0.5. Therefore, we take the number we found before, the 360,000 newtons, and multiply that by the mu, which we determined was 0.5. This gives you a value of 18,000 newtons. This is our force of friction. Since the force of friction is equal to force applied, we have found that the force applied is 18,000 newtons. This is the force that the man needs in order to get the truck to move down the track at a constant velocity.